the most difficult. Let's start with the easiest one, this one here. This one here, I think that's the easiest. Look, get the movement, like that zigzag, look. And this one here, this one. You got the head, shoulders, and I think I probably should have dragged that a little bit more, but it's actually, it's not just a straight and very angular line, it's more like a soft S line. So that's a hand here. Dress, the thigh which continues, probably a little bit more of an angle there, by her knee, cup, and she's standing up, as in like a kind of a ballerina pose. And the other one, the other leg, which is right there, and there. So this is the one what I want you to do today. Quick pauses, and there are a lot of them. So as quick as you can, leave it. If you don't like it, leave it. Go to the next one, and then when you have time, you go back to the first one or the second or whichever you think it needs a bit more time or a bit more fixing. So shoulders, head, and then hand hanging about here. And you can put a little bit more of another hand here. But yes, as quick as that, as simple as that. Another one, which one you think is difficult? That looks difficult, this one. So again, look, do that. Get the axis in the middle, and then leg there. So a line, and then you have that. So head looking down, hair. These shoulders, they look, or they seem to be, it's not, they seem to be a straight line, but actually it's not, because she's moving this way. If you've noticed that, she's doing that. And then hip, thigh, calf, and then the other leg there. So stretch as that. Obviously, see, it's all about gesture, not about the face, not about the portrait. It's not the portrait drawing. And if you like, there's no shadow, but if you like, you can do this. So to ground us, it's not like an angel floating about and she's standing somewhere. So things like that. You can decorate it, or you can put a little bit of breast or a bit of later on, but not too detailed, because they're meant to be, or they're supposed to be, quick sketches. As I said to you, standing by a coffee shop, or whilst you're having a coffee, people stand there and they start saying, I want this, I want that. And you have 2 minutes or probably 30 seconds to do this, and this is what you can do in 30 seconds. It's not about the person, it's not about Nina, it's about how Nina stands like this. I mean, you can any person. What do you think is a difficult pose? This one, that's difficult. Running, or
should we do them in this order so we all stick to the same, so that you know
well,
when
stick
you come
with this.
round
Yes, stick with this then.
Or
Just
go
in case you
along
can't
and
recognise
we won't recognise which one exactly. So should we
No,
start with
you-
number one and work along?
Yes, start with number one. Yes, start with number
Yes, and we'll call
Yeah.
it number 1, 2, 3.
Yeah. But fill up 2 pages or 3 pages if you like. Look, do them big, and then carry on. So don't stop. It's not about stopping. Look, I cannot count it because I will go around. So, but no more than 3 minutes maximum. Maximum 3 minutes. Okay. So try and be. You know that when you pass 5 minutes, which is the way beyond the time that we need. So, well, okay, another one here. This one, as Jane said, the first one. First one is this one. Look, check this out. A line like this, and a line like that. So, look, a line this way, and then that way. Head, shoulders, and this one. Do you see how I'm going about? This way. Right? You can place a little bit of the face, obviously a bit of the dark hair, but not much more than that. Do you remember those magazines in the 70s? When do you remember the fashion magazine? Yeah. Exactly that.
Yeah.
Exactly that. As simple and as minimal as you can. I mean, you can be a little bit more, let's say, artistic by giving more of a calf like this, look, and a little bit more of a thigh, and then give her high heels if you like, look. But then calf, thigh. You see what I mean? Now you can, obviously that's a very thick charcoal, but you can do it with a very, very precise and sharpened charcoal. Okay, alright. Now let's go back to our drawing here today. Now that leg, I'm not sure about that leg because that looks a bit odd. So instead of getting rid of it with a putty rubber, I'm doing it with shamie. And that also creates movement. Okay, stump, we use the stump, thigh, crotch area, calf, there, so something like this. And also on the other leg, because it needs to follow the same pattern, or at least I can have it thick on this side, thin on that side, and then create a little bit more thicker thigh here, knee cup, shin, and then the shoe here. Alright, and then the upper body, a little bit, well, getting the hands right. First of all, let's locate where I'm looking at. Most likely I'm looking at that here, there. Okay, here, and locating the hands. Dress, and moving the hand here, and then the other hand there, or move the hand wherever you like it. And so kind of this way. I know it's not an original picture, but I can just create a bit of movement. And also I'm thinking a little bit of introducing some shading here. How about that? And then lose the crotch area. So a bit of shadow, breast area, face, hairline, and shadow here, and hitting this one. Dress, again being a little bit sharper with my lines. Calf. So more movement basically. Eye line, hair, eyebrow, hair, eye line, nose, mouth, looking down. All right, and the next move or next girl from all these poses. How about this pose here? So second. Okay. Let's turn the page. All right. Now let's go and do that model here, which is a little bit not much movement, but I'll try and create more movement to this girl here. So that one. Head, shoulders, and I'm creating artificially and moving her body a lot more than what she actually is doing here. Then you have the hips, and then the leg here, and that calf is, so this, her right leg is closest to us, and the left leg is further back. and hand, and there, head, hair. So that's it basically. As simple as that. Keep it light, keep it simple, not too much. Well, I'm now creating a little bit more of a movement here. Thinner body in the middle, between the upper torso and the hip. Lower the shoulder. Thigh here, knee cup, calf, and here we are. It's a bit of a very strange pose because obviously he's not doing any movement there, exaggerated movements. But anyway, that's the that's my version of her and hair. Now that's a nice pose here. I don't know if you can see it. It's this one here. That pose, which is better. Oh, that's charcoal bust. So this pose here. And that is, let's make some space here. Move my paper up. That's a movement of that sort. There's an angle, or there is a S curve like this, and you have the upper body, torso, hip, and shoulders are, actually you don't actually see the shoulders because of the movement that she's having or doing. What I do see though is the head profile. And you have a little bit of breast, knee, hip, thigh, calf, here we are. That's another quick sketch. I think that elbow is further up there. And we see that in perspective, and thinner here, there. Now if you need, or if I would say give her a little bit more of a volume. If you want to make her voluminous, let's say the body, just if you had a bit more time, say, look, you can create more volume here. Dress of the girl. Hair. There. Of shadow. Shadow under. Here. I'm dipping my stamp onto the charcoal dust here. We've done it many times. Shoulder again. That's the end of the upper arm, neck, and a bit more calf. Okay. Now, I think these are good enough sample, so I'll do another one. Should I do another one or maybe two? Okay, let's do this one here, up here, which is that one here. This one. Now, fold the paper. And then have her down here. Well, I can do it before I start. Create an action line there. So an action line there, and shoulder, arm, dress, shoulder here, hip, thigh. You can do that with stump, as you can see. I'm working completely with stump, not charcoal. And foot here. And her head. We don't see any arm here, but the arm, you cannot see that arm. So now I can come with my charcoal and be a little bit more precise, or commit with more basically lines here. And hand, shoulder, head, hair, thigh, thicker thigh, smaller calf, straight line here, foot, possibly bring that foot a little bit further back. All right, and she's looking towards me, but I'm changing her look, kind of profile here. And the shoulder a little bit thinner. All right, that's another version, my version of that drawing. And her dress. Now one more and we're done, because I think we had enough now. One more drawing, let's see which pose. This is an interesting pose. This one here. One more pose, and we leave it, because you can do all the rest of them. So this one then. All right, she's looking that way, shoulders there, action line, or that line, whichever line suits you. So basically, shoulder, body and end of the foot, hip, and almost parallel these two legs there. Thigh, thigh and calf, hand, calf here, foot, calf again, foot, head looking down here. What I've done, I've just dropped the plumb line from her head down here. It goes to the thigh. So probably somewhere here, head, shoulder, hip, hand. There. Now let's commit with lines. Those are the first lines with stump. You can do it now with charcoal. Head looking down. Shoulder. Hip here. Hand. Thigh. Calf, foot, hip. I mean, sorry, hip. I mean shin. Shouldn't change it as much as that, but I'm just giving her a little bit more. Calf here, more calf. Breast area, breast, dress if you like, looking down, hairline, neck, probably the head a bit further up because I've given a very, very small neck. So a bit more of a neck, head, shoulder, head, hair, shoulder, other shoulder. Here we are, okay, done. Now a little bit more folds here to create kind of a movement, more movement. And shadows. All right, so we'll see you next week then with the new task and a new drawing exercise.